Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jam and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I realize I don't typically start my videos with my eyeshadow done and nothing else because, well, I look a little bit crazy. But I did my eyes for another video, which you've already seen if this is not your first video. If it is, this was a collab with Cole of the Ball. But I was getting ready to do my face makeups and I was just pulling things out of my drawers. I shop my stash every time I do my makeup. It's just how I like to do it. I'm not in a rush, so, might as well make the most of it. And I found myself pulling out primarily L'Oreal, but all drugstore except for one thing. And so I thought, let's just do like a full face of drugstore makeups today. And I do have one new product that I'm excited to try. It is the Maybelline Super Stay Lumi Matte Foundation. I don't know if this is exactly my shade, but we'll make it work one way or another. Everything else I have had or is a repurchase. I did have to repurchase my L'Oreal Powder Foundation. And everything else I had. So I figured let's just play a face full of drugstore makeups. Aside from the foundation, which I have very high hopes for, I know and love all of these products. So why not use them all together in one video and show you? I do have one product that isn't drugstore, and that is the Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder. It's just my favorite. It's the one I like and use pretty much daily. So I'm gonna use it, but everything else is totally drugstore. And though once upon a time that meant affordable, I don't think that's the case anymore. So let's just get into it and see what we think by the time we're done. Hopefully you're into this. If you're not, nope. Hopefully you're into this. If you are and you're not subscribed, you totally should. I think it's a good idea. All right, let's go. Going to start with foundation, obvi. And like I said, this is new. I haven't used it before. So I'm going to pump out 2 pumps. That looks like a lot. So we'll see. I don't know. I dampened a sponge. This happens to be a Refer sponge, but I really, really, really like it. So, and it's not expensive, I don't think. I mean, if you order from Refer and the order meets whatever their minimum is, you can get a free sponge or a free pack of sponges. You get 2. They are available on Amazon as well. So you've got options and they're not expensive. So drugstore prices, just not available at the drugstore. At least not right now. Who knows what Refer's gonna do. I think they're amazing. So you never know. And is it just me, or is that like a perfect shade match? I don't think that's happened before. I mean, I've gotten there eventually with the help from my favoriteest bully. She's gotten me to choose the right shades, but only after I've purchased the wrong ones and had to admit to purchasing the wrong ones. That looks nice. It's medium coverage. because you can still see my hyperpigmentation. Let's see if we can build it up a little bit. I want to use a brush on the other side just to see if there's a difference, but this is just a first impression. We're playing. I didn't want to make it its own separate video. What do we think? Let me zoom in, because of course I can't see the back part of my jaw in the mirror, so I'll see that in editing, I guess. Okay, on my right side with the brush, I'm going to use my e.l.f. putty bronzer brush. It's handy and it's a brush I really like, so why not? Get out of the way. I would normally have my hair pinned back, but I'm trying out a new hair product today because my hair is driving me absolutely buggy. I gotta figure out what the frilly heck I'm doing with it. So I bought a new hair product to try, and I don't want to do anything that will make me dislike it because I did something, so. Okay. Get a little bit more. Just try to stipple it on. I don't know what you can see in the mirror, but I think that's decent medium coverage. Yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna take a little bit on my sponge because it almost seemed like the sponge gave me a bit more, which is not how this game usually works. But I think it's actually the case. And I've used 2 full pumps. Okay. I mean, for a whack it on everyday kind of foundation, so far, so good. I'm just gonna drag a little bit down my neck and my jawline because my neck never sees sunshine. I mean, I pumped it out on this and I used every bit of it. That's very cool. Okay, not too shabby. This will not be a wear test. I don't think I can do that today, but I can totally do one if you want to see it. I actually got this foundation because my friend Carmel Nicole on the YouTubes, I'll link her channel. She had it and test drove it and said she would like to hear what I think about it. And I was like, okay, I could totally do that because it's like Lumi Matte. I am pretty normal in my skin, except for my T-zone. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Active Wear Foundation Concealer. Sheesh, man. This might be a little bit dark. We'll see. I haven't done my face on camera in a long time. Oh no, this is gonna be fine. Okay. Yeah, so the Lumi Matte intrigued me, and she seemed to like it a lot, so I was like, okay. I mean, a foundation that could potentially work for both of us? How fun is that? How did I manage to get stuff all over me? That's anyone's guess. Got my Eco Tools. I use it as a concealer brush. I don't know what it is, but just gonna pat that on all the places. I use concealer mostly for like lightening, highlighting, if you will. I don't know. I don't think I have too much that needs a boatload of coverage. Obviously under my eyes needs a little something, but for the most part, I just need something to brighten up some areas of my face. Under my, like directly under my eyes is pretty dark, but I will go in with a heavy hand and eyeshadow, so I don't worry too much about right up against my lash line. I figure I can use eyeshadow and kind of disguise the darkness and the wrinkles a little bit. So that looks like totally fine, which is maybe not a ringing endorsement, but for me, it really kind of is. Like, not to be jerky about it, but fine is where it's at most of the time. I'm not doing my forehead. I use whatever powder foundation I have planned for, like my buffing powder on my forehead, because I don't want to put any kind of liquid up there that can possibly get into my bangs. Those are a whole thing all on their own. Now, I haven't set the foundation just for shiggles. I want to see what it does. Not like the whole day, but just until I'm done with my contour, which I usually set my face and then do contour. But because I'm curious, I'm gonna leave the foundation unpowdered for now. Usually at this point, I'm feeling pretty seriously awful about the foundation being shiny, and I have to powder down. So the fact that that's not happening. Oh, see my earrings? They are, I don't know if you can see, hold on. Little cowboy boots. I got them from Charings, UK. She is amazing. I don't even know her name. But I ordered a bunch of earrings and loved them. I ordered these cowboy boots, but in a clip-on for my niece, and decided I probably needed clip-ons, so I placed another order. And there's a spot where she takes custom requests, and I was like, oh, okay, well then, let's try that. Oh, okay, because if you've been here for a while, you know I do a Blue Mondays video. I'm going to be switching that. Did I tell you that was my e.l.f. contour? No, because I'm too busy talking about my earrings. It's the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. I love this. Well, I mean, obviously, I did say that all of these products are products that I love. And I do. They're so good. So good. And you can use this over powdered base products or under. Doesn't matter. Man, that's fabulous. Okay, so the earrings. I'm going to be switching to a different color instead of blue, and asked her if she could kind of help me design a couple pairs of earrings. And that I love hearts. Hearts and sparkly black is my favorite color. And she came up with 2 really cool designs, and I'm so happy with them. I haven't worn them yet, but I will be, and I'm really excited. She's on Instagram, probably all the things. But she'll post little videos of her actually making the earrings. She posted a clip of making my earrings, which I just thought was so cool. And she posted it on a day that Cute Baby was here. He was like, oh, she's talking about you, Naughty? She's making you those? Think she could make me some? I was like, well, I mean, if you get your ears pierced, perhaps. And of course, I could get him clip-ons. I don't know if I'm willing to pay that much for clip-on earrings for a 7-year-old to maybe wear, but maybe not. Not that they're expensive necessarily, but these aren't, you know, bulk earrings. She makes all of these by hand, which I just think is brilliant. I don't know. I took a whack at millinering. I love that word. And it didn't, like, I didn't sell many hats at all. But it was really fun and really time consuming. So I know what she's doing and how long it takes, and you know, the energy, the mental energy, just all the things that go into doing something that, well, I mean, you love it, but it's still work. It's still, you know, it's still work. So you pay for her time, her energy, her effort, her imagination. Like, these are all things that you should pay for when you're not buying bulk items off of, you know, the Zon or whatever. Okay, I know my Cupid's bow mustache looks real funky. It won't. But wow. I feel like I'm getting just like a tiny bit shiny, but it's not making me crazy. So that's good. Okay, I am gonna powder. I have to. It's just, I'm gonna get really oily in my T-zone, and I don't like it, and it makes me crazy. So let me powder real quick with my Nakia Joy, and then I'll come back and we'll do bronzer, blush, and the highlight together. For bronzer, I have 2 of the L'Oreal Infallible bronzers. I have 250 light and 350 medium. I have purchased 250 light twice because my first one went missing. All I can think is that it must have fallen off my desk and into my garbage that was at the time right under my desk. And it's only makeup garbage. It wasn't like gross. So I could have looked for it had I realized it fallen in. But I'm going to go, so if you, I don't know how well you can see this on camera, but I've used a fair amount out of the medium and not as much of the light because it's newer. But I love these. So I'm going to go with a little bit of the medium shade for just a little bit more, a little farther back on my cheekers. And then I'll take the light shade for the rest. I like a lot of bronzer. And I like it over my nose. I like it all over. And not for nothing, these L'Oreal products smell so good. They're like, it's kind of perfumey, but not in an overwhelming way. And once you move the brush away from your face, you can't even smell it anymore. It's really nice putting it on. I think it smells lovely. So, and then I will do my neck because it never sees sunshine. Next up, I have the L'Oreal blush, and this is in Confident Pink, I believe. Yes, Confident Pink. I also have the coral one, but I thought with this eye look, the pink would be cute. So let's go with that. This stuff is pigmented and lovely, and yeah. Whether you are a blush maniac like I am, or if you like it a little bit more subtle, you can make this work. I like a lot of blush. I don't suffer from blush blindness. I embrace it. So, yeah. And I know it looks crazy, but I am going to use a powder foundation as a kind of buffing powder, and it does tone it down a bit. Let me show you. I have the shade 20 Ivory. I think my last one was 120 Ivory, but they don't have 120 Ivory anymore. So I got this one. I have the darker shade too. I didn't use that one all up, but my other one, my light one, I used all of it. So between my running lights. I don't need a lot on my forehead because you can't even really see it, but I like a little bit. It keeps the oils under control because, you know, my forehead will get oily. I think that toned it down some. I mean, I don't want it toned down too far. I like a bold blush, but I don't want to scare anybody. And now for highlight. We have the L'Oreal highlight, and this is in Champagne Glow. The icy one, Icy Gold, I think is what it's called, is not as good as this one. I thought maybe because this one came broken and I had to repress it, that was why. This one seemed like a better highlight to me. So I broke the other one and repressed it, and no, that one's a completely different formula. This one is like, I mean, just, you know, that highlight is gonna come up and smack you right in your punum. Whereas the other one is way, way more subtle. So if you like a really subtle highlight, the Icy Gold one would probably work very well for you because it is very subtle. And it's pretty, and you think Icy Gold would make it like weird. It's not. It's a warm, glowy, subtle highlight. So, all right, just gonna get the few spots where I like a little bit of highlight. And my Cupid's bow. I'll usually do my lips and then my Cupid's bow, but there you have it. We are down to the last two things, and this is kind of what sparked this idea. Is I pulled out, I've had this in my backup drawer for a while. It's the Maybelline Express Brow Fast Sculpt Mascara. I love this brow gel. It is so good. I've been through one of these already too. One or two. And it's got a funky brush. One side has longer bristles and one side has shorter ones. One side applies more product and the other side combs it through. I think the short side is the applying it side, and then the longer side is the combing it through. Look at that. Those brow hairs won't move. They will look like that the entire day. When I wash my makeup off tonight, that's what they'll look like. And if you need help with your brow hairs doing what you want, or, you know, getting it to look like you have more than you do, this is fantastic. I use the NYX brow marker thingy as my like my brow product. And then so I have two of those. I have another one that I got off the Zon, an eye method one that I really like, but I want to do something NYX before I busted that one out and used it on the reg. It's really nice. I like it a lot. And I love the Ulta clear brow gel in the orange package, but it's clear. So if you're looking for really good hold in a clear gel, the Ulta one is amazing. If you're looking for a tinted one, I would go with this one. There was another one that I bought on accident. It's square, has a red top, and it is not the same at all. The brush is different, the formula is different. Whew, not the same. I decluttered that one. It's actually in my garbage because I don't like it. I don't reach for it. I don't want to use it. So bye-bye. And I hadn't used that brow gel in quite a while. I used up the one I had and didn't bother opening a new one because I had the Ulta one. But I wanted to break it out the other day, and I did, and I was like, oh, this is so good still. And then I have the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. I love this mascara. It is so good. I love the brush. I love the formula. It just makes my lashes black. It makes them look long. It doesn't give me mascara confetti, and that brush is tiny. So I can get right in there and coat every one of my lashes easily. It's like, I don't know, it's the perfect little brush for me. And the lack of mascara confetti makes me very happy. I don't understand why mascara does that. Like, I mean, wouldn't you, if you were responsible for making mascara, wouldn't you kind of want to make sure your mascara didn't flake all over someone's under eye? That's horrible. It like ruins your makeup. So, all right, I'm gonna go off camera, finish up my eye, whack on a lip. All of my lip products are basically drugstore or affordable. I'll tell you what I use when I come back, and we'll wrap up this video. All right, I'm back and everything is done. I used my LA Girl Ultimate Intense lip liner in the shade Enduring Mauve, and then I used a not drugstore lip gloss. It's the Lunar Beauty. I haven't repurchased them. This is just one I bought ages ago because I loved it so much. It's in the mango flavor and it's so yummy. I did just look on Ulta real quick to get an idea of like what these things cost. I could not find the concealer anywhere. It's the Super Stay Active Wear 30 Hour. They don't have that on Ulta, so maybe it's not like readily available anymore. But the bronzer, the highlighter, the blush, they're all $16. And the powder foundation was $17, something like that. So, I mean, not super duper affordable, but also not super expensive. So, I don't know, I think aside from the foundation, which, I mean, so far, so good. I really like it. Even now, I've been wearing it for probably an hour, just, you know, piddling and pondering and putting on makeups, and it still looks really good. I'm not getting oilier than I would with anything else. So let me know if you want me to do a wear test on it with check-ins and the whole nine, because I totally will. But definitely go check out Carmel's video on it. I'll link the video specifically in the description box in case you want to go take a reconnoiter. It's worth it if you haven't seen it already. Plus, she's delightful. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful, and she's thorough with her reviews, and she gives you all the information, and she doesn't lie. I mean, I couldn't like swear to it, but I'm 99.999% sure she is just telling the truth all the time, because, you know, she's not getting paid to do this. She does it because she loves the makeups like we do. So anyway, that's that on that. Let me know if any of these things are faves for you. If you hated them, let me know that too. But I mean, these are things I really like. So, I don't know. Hopefully this was entertaining or informative and you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.